IDOLOGY is pleased to welcome Paul Jolley to the house today. So you get to Hollywood Week, and I thought you had a really interesting moment with Nicki Minaj where you appeared nervous prior to singing in your solo round, and she was like,
"You walked out so defeated, and that really irritated me."
Were you shocked by it? And
I was not shocked.
Now?
I was completely fine with her telling me that. I completely agreed with her.
Right.
But there was a lot of, I lost one of my best friends from back home throughout the process. And it was a lot going on that week. You know, I had just lost my grandpa, and then literally that week, I lost my best friend while I was there.
Wow.
When you go on stage to sing and perform, you're so vulnerable because you're going out there and you're giving it your all. You're laying your heart on the line. And when you do that, you can pretty much psych yourself out, especially when you don't have sleep, you're not eating on a normal schedule, you know.
It's Hollywood Week.
Exactly. You know, in Hollywood Week, it really wasn't that bad. It really was not as bad as it seems. It was just what was going on is what made it difficult.
In the Vegas round, you got hit with the theatrical label, which seemed to haunt you through the season.
Even when the song may be understated, your eyes are sort of very theatrical.
Is that one of those critiques that you work on, or is that one of those critiques that you think, whatever, and throw it to the side?
Well, it's not, I didn't throw it away, but I didn't understand because I've never done Broadway. I've never done plays or anything like that in all of my life. So I didn't know where that's coming from. It kind of threw me for a flip there for a second. So I was asking people, what in the world are they talking about? Because I watched it back and I was like, I don't think I'm being theatrical at all. The next performances, I just completely was dull the entire time. And I guess it's just different camera-wise, because if you're doing a stadium or something, you need to be theatrical. But if you're doing, you know, TV, the slightest movements or anything looks like you're completely turning your head around.
That was also the week of the tie break, but it was a tie break with just you. I
know.
Else.
I was puzzled as well.
Ryan, this is our split decision right here with Paul.
Really, Jimmy would have to choose between you and someone else if the tie was split.
It's because of that great instrument that I'm going to recommend you go on.
I didn't know what was going on, to be honest. I would say that's the main thing that matters, I guess. I'm going on tour. But yeah, it threw me off too.
You're not going to check the math. You're just like,
no,
I'm through.
I'm okay with it. I'm through.
Congratulations, Paul!
In that round, Lazaro also sang the same song as you the next week. Did you guys both know before you got split into two groups that you were doing that song? Did you have to arm wrestle over it?
No. I mean, we were given the choice to sing pretty much any song.
For the last time
Yeah,
ever.
we had all talked about what songs we were doing, and I didn't even know he knew who Keith Urban really was. So it kind of threw me a flip when he was going to sing a Keith Urban song. But it was interesting.
Turn the music up a little bit louder.
How did you settle on Just a Fool when you'd gotten to the voting round?
I love that song. You know, as soon as I heard it come out on the radio, I was like, I love this song. I could have seen myself, you know, recording it. Because it's not slow and it's not fast. It's like that mid-tempo area.
Which is always nice if it's not, to shake up the mix of ballads. Because it's been a very ballad-heavy season.
Exactly. And there's not a lot of fast songs that guys can do that have range in them as well, to show them. Guys have a disadvantage, I guess you would say. That's why I perform a lot of girl songs, because you can still make the song more personal to you and still deliver it.
I wondered about something you said at the end of your performance. They were talking about the pop country lane, and there was a lot of debate this season about whether you were pop or pop country, or you seem to always take the tract of, I'm a pop country artist, that's what I want to be. But at one point you said,
If everyone else wants me to be.
and I thought, Paul, why don't say that?
No. When you're on stage and you're on camera, you know, it's hard to hear everything right, because you have the stuff in your ear, you have your monitors and stuff, so there are a lot of times you can't clearly understand what they're saying even though they're standing right beside you.
Okay.
I think you're talking about when they mention being the next Taylor Swift or something.
I want to be the guy version of all of that's going on right now.
Guy version of Taylor.
I ultimately want to be the next Carrie Underwood, because ever since her career started, she's handled everything just the right way. And I want to be the male version of that, because in the country industry, there's not a male version of that. So no, I'm not going to just change to pop completely. I mean, you do not want to see me dance. you don't.
When we talked about the male Taylor Swift, it made me wonder, do you have the songwriting chops as well? Have you written a lot of music? Where are you at in terms of that process?
You know, I've wrote a lot of material, but I haven't wrote that much material. when I write, it's more of the pop country side of things. So I mean, that's another reason like why I want to stay in that realm of things. You know, I don't want to stray away from what I've known all my life.
Do you kind of wish you'd been able to showcase one of your originals during the
Definitely.
season? Just was not in the cards.
I wish it was, but it wasn't.
I was a little curious about your choice of Amazed, because to me it's been done, I think 4 or 5 previous times on the show, and I was like, oh, Amazed, like that
Yeah.
one, Paul,
I
that
know.
one.
It just keeps getting better.
Were you psyched with that song choice, or were there other songs that you'd
There was another one
considered
that I was
week?
considering. I wanted to do Jordan Sparks. She performed "Living on a Prayer,"
Interesting.
and then I had a change of mind and wanted to do something slower.
Had you like rehearsed Living on a Prayer? Or
Yeah, I had already cut it up and had it ready for the show.
It just wasn't, you weren't feeling it?
Oh, I felt it, but we just have to go a certain way with certain things sometimes.
If you could go back and do Living on a Prayer, if you were totally in control of the situation, would you have done Living on a Prayer, do you think?
Probably,
Yeah.
because I wanted to do something fun.
Oh, the lonely people, where do they all belong?
I actually thought you got sent home on your best week. I thought Eleanor Rigby was really good. You got
Yeah.
very mixed feedback from that.
You never know, darling.
I went out there and gave it my all, and I was like, you know what? I don't care what they say, because I'm pretty much laying my heart on the line right here.
I did not like your performance, Joll.
When I rearranged the song, I slowed it down, and I wanted to put the true meaning and the lyric into that song. So I walked in, I said, you know, with the orchestra in here, I want the emotion to cry out, because in an orchestra you can hear the cries through the instruments. And I wanted the deep drum, because that's the heartbeat of someone that just died.
Writing the words of a sermon that no one will hear.
You know, that needs to be felt. And then, you know, I put the lyrics and the chorus, the choir people behind me, I guess you would say, to help drive the lyric into the song.
All the lonely people, where do they all come from?
This season, one of my frustrations is themes. I would love to see some different theme weeks, because I feel like we've seen Motown Week and we've seen Lennon McCartney Week, and like Music of the Idols was a little bit like mostly Idol victory anthems. If you could have been in the producer's seat for a minute and picked a couple theme weeks, what would you have done?
You know what? Instead of themes, I just wish people could go out there and do what they want. Original material we were talking about. I would love that, because this is a show where we're here to platform our talent and help people get stardom. So when you're trying to turn a song into something that it wasn't started formally as, it's harder for people to do that in 1 or 2 days and then present it to the world. That's what I would love to do, to be honest.
Hi, I'm Adam Pally.
And I'm Gillian Jacobs.
And subscribe to ENTV.
For all your entertainment news first.